What's truly the best part about being a real estate agent is being a part of true change in somebody's life. Hey everybody, it's Tristan Emond with Mindful Living Realty, a realtor right here in Rapid City, South Dakota, the gateway to the Black Hills. A few weeks ago, I talked with Jessica, who bought a house in January of 2022, and that was a great experience and a milestone for her and her life.
So at the time I was living in Pierre and got a referral. There was someone we knew in Pierre who had moved out to Rapid City, was working for Tristan and Mindful Living Realty, and so we contacted her and she said, yes, you can work with Tristan and his crew. And so we got started with him trying to find a house here in Rapid City a couple years ago, and he was excellent. We were clearly in Pierre and trying to find a house, and so he was great at allowing us to see multiple houses in one day and kind of make the process work from afar. Bought a house in Rapid City, and it was a very smooth process. There wasn't any issues with kind of start to finish. And then at the time that was with my ex-husband, I got divorced and we sold the house. And so again, Tristan came to the rescue with the realtor business, and we were able to sell the house. It was clearly when the market was really hopping, and so it was a very quick process. He made it super smooth and easy for both of us to kind of take part in that process separately, but still feel like we were selling the house together and made some great cash on the house. And then I worked with him separately as I was going out on my own to buy a house by myself. And so it was kind of three separate experiences. To buy the house on my own, again, made some good money on the house that I sold, so I was able to go into buying a house by myself pretty smoothly. Tristan was great at making sure that I was able to see houses quickly because the market made sure that I needed to. And so he was on top of making sure that I saw houses quickly and that we were kind of really on top of things. Just excellent at walking around houses, pointing out things that I necessarily wouldn't have pointed out as someone who's not in the home buying business and not really in knowing exactly what to look for in a house. And so he was just really knowledgeable. Got me set up with an amazing lender who did a great job with kind of taking care of my finances on my own and figuring out how to buy a house by myself. And so it was all just a really smooth, easy process.
So quick note on the house selling too.
Yes.
That house I had sold almost before I had it listed because I put a little sneak peek out there, and then I sent it to one of my clients because I knew it was exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
And they were the ones who actually bought the property because
yeah,
they were the
that's
ones who
right.
wanted it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
It was kind of a good deal. Obviously good for me as well.
Yes.
But it worked out so well because I knew that they were people that were trustworthy and honest and that really wanted your property.
Yeah.
Instead of someone that just whatever, here's a house, let's go buy it.
And we needed the house to sell quickly. I mean, we needed it. We needed that to happen, and so it worked out.
Everything over with,
Yeah, it was best for both of us to kind of just have that sold quickly, so it worked out.
Yeah. So you've kind of already answered this question, but if there's anything else that you want to add onto that, is during that process, with our services, what is it about us that is something that was like really on top of your mind that says, yeah, that was cool? Or what specific something that really you would want to mention?
Yeah. For me, buying a house by myself, clearly I had bought a house with someone else, and that person took responsibility of a lot of the stuff involved with buying the house. So going out by myself and buying a house by myself, I had already built the trust with you for me to feel very comfortable asking any questions, no matter how basic they were. You were fantastic at sending me stuff that would help me figure out how to do the home buying process. Same thing with the lender that you had recommended I go with. She had some wonderful videos that really helped me feel very comfortable doing something that was not something I felt comfortable doing, but knowing that I could do it. And it was just a really intimate process. I just felt it was wonderful. I got to know your wife, I got to know your son, like everyone's involved in the business, and it's just a really like comfortable, easy just really able to answer any questions I had without me feeling like I was talking to someone else that I didn't even really know, or anything like that.
Comfortable and easy, thank you.
Yeah.
Those are good words. That's what we've strived for a while. So.
Yeah.
So you've been here now for a couple of years, but you haven't lived here your whole life. So tell us, what is it that you love about living here? What do you love about Rapid City, the Black Hills? Why did you stay in Rapid City versus go off into Florida or something?
Yeah, I love the Black Hills. I can't imagine myself anywhere else. I just absolutely love the outdoors here. I love being able to hike and bike and run and kayak, all the things. There's just so many outdoor activities. The scenery is beautiful, even just going for walks. We have from Rapid City, you could drive 30 minutes to an hour and you just have such beauty anywhere. So it's just a really nice community. I feel like Rapid City is a good size. You get a little bit of a city feel where you have just kind of some bigger restaurants and some bigger stores, but it still feels like a small community. So it's just a really great, I feel like people are always super friendly. You get like the Midwest nice. That's always kind of what's good here, is that people are just friendly. I think people are kind people in general, and it's just a nice, besides the snowstorms, the rest of the year I really love.
What is it that you love about your first house? This house.
This
What
house.
is it that you love about this house?
That it's mine. That I did this. Clearly that was kind of the biggest satisfaction, was just buying a house all by myself. But it's cozy. It's I had downsized from the previous home that you had helped us buy, and this is just a super cozy. I have a dog, and so one of the things that was kind of high on my list that I had mentioned to you was I need a house that doesn't have a lot of stairs. And I need a neighborhood that I would feel comfortable walking my dog in and be able to kind of have space for him. And so you were really helpful in helping me figure out neighborhoods. And so this has been a perfect spot for me and my dog. So
Yeah, you've got the walking area.
yeah, the dog park, just literally 2 blocks from here. Yeah, so it's nice.
And I also thought, just kind of driving up here, you don't talk much about it, but you've kind of got a nice little view.
Yeah.
Kind of going that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, right next to a pasture essentially is what it is. And I don't feel like I'm in the city, which I think there's a lot of neighborhoods in Rapid City where you kind of can get that same feel, where you're not just like around a bunch of busy traffic. You can be kind of tucked away in the hills a little bit. There's just a lot of nice little pockets of town where you can do that.
Anything else that I haven't asked, or that you want to mention about the process of getting into this home, or what you love about the property?
This has just been kind of everything I wanted in a house. Everything was just so smooth. There really weren't any hiccups in the process. I feel like you prepared me for everything that was to come, especially when I was doing it by myself. I feel like you were just really kind of on top of being like, yep, this is the paperwork we need to sign, this is what this means, and just really making it so smooth. And I, signed my life away a handful of times, and now I own this house. But it was just a really great process.
If you like this testimony, there are lots of others here in this playlist. Thanks so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and remember, love where you live.